great stuff. Now, staying on entertainment, we are taking a look at the short film Child that was the winning short film of the 48-hour film project in Johannesburg and went on to be chosen to be screened at the Cannes Film Festival's Short Film Corner this afternoon. And this morning we have the producer, Cattell, joining us to tell us all about this exciting venture. Greg, good morning and welcome to Expresso, man.
Cool, thanks so much.
I think congratulations is in order. I mean, this is a major achievement.
It is. It's very exciting for us.
Yeah, so talk to me a bit about the 48-hour festival. I mean, this is something quite unique.
It is. It's an international competition. It's been running for about 11 years internationally. It's the third year this year that it'll be happening in Johannesburg. Basically, it's what it says. It's to make a film in 48 hours.
And how does it work in terms of, because you took your film Child, I mean, how does the categories work? Is there different categories? Do you select something?
Well, what happens, there's restrictions that are put on you. So on the Friday night, you pull certain things out of a hat. So you pull a genre out of a hat, you pull a line of dialogue that has to be used in the film, a character and a prop. So you can't really plan beforehand. You have to go there with no expectations, and you could pull a science fiction, you could pull a drama, you could pull a comedy, horror, and we pulled a period piece.
Man, this must really test the creativity of you guys.
No, absolutely. It lets you think on your feet. No time for nonsense, no time to worry about things. You just have to go for it and make a movie. That's
insane. So on that thought, hang on to that thought, because we're going to be taking a quick look at this clip where we spoke to the director and two of the actors as well, Phuti and Legend, and they did really phenomenal work. Check this out.
Let's just get this thing over and done with.
But Wendy, I finally get to see where you grew up.
I never really lived here for too long. My mother did. She never wanted to. She always used to say this was my grandmother's house.
The filmmakers of Child were given a genre, prop, line of dialogue and character right before kickoff, and then had exactly 48 hours to make the movie.
Wendy, look at these. They're beautiful.
Oh, those must have been my grandmother's. He dropped something.
It's a letter from your grandmother to your mother.
Making the film was nerve-wracking. We didn't know what to expect the Friday evening. We were very nervous, but once we got the ball rolling, once we started getting the ideas together and started writing and Lara was on it, things just started coming into place.
Well, to film a movie in 48 hours, I can imagine it's harder for the technical guys and the people who write the script. But for me, I had to tap into the emotion that was required for the movie, which wasn't easy at all. It's a very big emotional pool that you have to basically tap into.
The film set between two generations, a young man eager to forget the past and a grandmother revealing her choices in a rediscovered letter that gives him insight into the past.
Shooting a film in 48 hours is a very challenging thing. It doesn't matter if you are professional or you've picked up a camera for the first time. When we pulled our genre, period piece, I think I went into some kind of state of shock, and then I went into the grieving phase, and then I called my actress, Phuti, and I said, I actually don't know how we're going to do a period piece in 48 hours.
I think for me that the film did way better than what we expected. It gave us something to believe in, like actually we can make films even if it's just 7 minutes, but we can make them, and we can make them really well, and we can make them in 48 hours.
I could take, but he wrote me every day. That was the worst year of my life. The day I received the news that your father had been killed.
There were about 95 films that were in competition, and they picked the top 14. So when we got the email that we had made it to Cannes, I was with Greg at the time in America. Greg actually cried. Yes, Greg cried. And I was floored, because just saying it out loud to myself, my short film is being screened in Cannes. For me, I couldn't have asked for anything better.
Selected as one of the top 14 international films, Child is screening at the Cannes Film Festival Short Film Corner tonight.
My grief has ravaged me. I can no longer pretend. The disappointment I see in your face is the same I had for my own mother. This I cannot bear. Please do not blame yourself. This is the path I have chosen. The decision was mine, and the consequence is mine alone. My wish for you is that you get to experience a love that is so bold and all-encompassing that your heart is filled. I hope you will have children, because they are love brought to life. Yours now and forever, your mother.
So that was a quick look at the short film Child that will be screening tonight at the Cannes Film Festival Short Film Corner. We are chatting to producer Greg this morning. Dude, what an achievement once again. Tell me a bit about Child. What is it all about?
Well, basically it's a story about a young man who goes back to his mother's house after she's passed away to look through her things. He then finds a letter and starts reading it, and at that point we cut back to the past. And see her in her final moments as she walks through the graveyard. It's kind of surreal, where you see like her life. She walks through the graveyard and sees aspects of her life. And at the end of it, he realizes it's a suicide note, and finds out a little bit more about the dark past of his family.
That's incredible. Tell me a bit about the challenges. You had literally 48 hours to put this whole thing together. I mean, it couldn't have been easy. Literally
48 hours, and that's... You can do very little planning beforehand, so that's from the writing process, so from conceptualizing, writing, shooting, editing, even composing the music. We composed the music in the 48 hours, and then deliver it on the Sunday afternoon. Man, and in terms of the actual storyline, was it hard to kind of pull it through? I mean, with the limited amount of time that you guys had, it's quite an intense storyline that you guys are following. Well, that was what was really incredible about it, and that's what's really incredible about Lara, to be able to pull that storyline from somewhere, to infuse it with such emotion and everything, and then to pull it off at the end of the day, to go and write this thing in probably about 8 hours, and then to go and direct it for the next 12 hours. Man. I was behind the scenes there producing, and then I went straight on to edit it after she'd finished directing it. So no sleep for at least 48 hours. Definitely not. So it's one of the top 14 international short films that was chosen out of thousands. And it's screening this afternoon. Probably about 3,000, 4,000 movies made internationally that year. Yeah, and I mean, coming up in the future as well, I mean, this 48-hour film project really creates an opportunity for South African short filmmakers. This was the second year it's been held in Johannesburg. Yes, that's right. Is there any chance down there in Cape Town as well? Actually, this year it's starting in Cape Town. I'm not too sure of the dates in Cape Town. I know that it's the beginning of September in Johannesburg again. It's an incredible opportunity for young filmmakers to compete against people who have been doing this for a long time. If you've never picked up a camera before, you can do it. If you've been doing it for 20 years, you can do it. That's how it was in Joburg. And some people make amazing movies, some people make not so amazing movies. But I think the whole point is just be able to get out there and do it. Sometimes you spend years and years going, I must make a movie, I must make a movie. And this says, okay, just go and do it. And you can't think too much. You can't think too much, you just have to do it. And at the end of the day, you've got a short film to your name, whether it's good, whether it's bad. And it puts South Africa on the map. Greg, absolutely. Thank you so much for coming through, man, and congratulations once again. Brilliant. Looking forward to some more stuff from you in the future, I'm sure. Yeah, absolutely. Awesome, awesome. So we will put a link to the clip of Child on our website, also on our Facebook. Go check it out and support the South African short filmmakers. They are doing fantastic work. Right now, time for a quick ad break. Don't go anywhere. Lots more to come.
Stay with Expresso and SABC3.